This project is, honestly, it's been in my mind and in my heart for about 7 years. It's based on my paternal grandmother. So she was born in Iran, and she got married when she was 13. And the guy it was an arranged marriage, and the guy that she was married to was 20 years older than her. And I mean, at that time, it's very common for arranged marriages, and still to this day. What was unique is after 5 years of marriage, her parents helped her get a divorce from him. Since the beginning of their marriage, he was beating her. And what is unique to me is that her family, even today, a woman can't get a divorce, but the man can get a divorce. And so they helped her get away from the situation. And one reason I wanted to pursue this now is because I just felt the timing was right. This was before even Trump was elected, but there was a lot of talk about segregating a certain religion, like the Muslim ban, and there was a lot of talk about building walls, and it just seemed to me that there was a deep need to humanize and personalize cultures that we're not familiar with. I came up with the concept and the story, and I collaborated with Sean, and we created the story together. And basically, I've also gathered a lot of different research and interviews of current Middle Eastern immigrants, and we are experimenting and morphing the story of my grandmother, whose name is Izzat, and these interviews. So the other side of this project is us interviewing Middle Eastern immigrants. So these are people that currently either have their green card, they're refugees, or they're trying to get their visa here. And there was an array of people, and some did not feel comfortable talking to us, and some were just so open and shared their stories with us of their journey to America, their refugee status trying to get here, and the struggles they came across. And it's been enlightening of how there's a lot of similarities and how each story is also so very unique. I was not surprised, but yeah, I guess surprised how hard it was to get people to talk. I think there's a lot of fear of this being, even though, the interviews are anonymous, no one's identity is revealed. Especially people in the process of applying for different visas and immigration, there was a deep fear that it might affect that, if they said anything untoward or revealed too much, that it might hurt their green card visa application. So, and I understand that, and there was a fear even with people that had their green cards that, for instance, if they did come here illegally to begin with, that if that's revealed, then something might happen to their green card, that they're still not safe. So I've had personal experience with this. My father is a U.S. citizen, has his green card, has been in the United States since he was 19, first as a student, and then he married my mom. And so he's been in this country, he's 67 now, so more than half his life, for the majority of his life. And we went to Italy, me and my parents, and on the return, he was pulled away, and this was just in January, right 2 days before the Muslim ban. He was pulled away. We all went through customs, and he was taken to this facility and interrogated and held for a couple hours, and we were waiting for him. We couldn't see him. We couldn't really ask what was going on. And he relayed the situation, and he was like, they kept asking me, what's in my bag? What's in my bag? And he was like, candy. So even now, after the Muslim ban went through, he hasn't seen his sister in, I don't know, since the 90s. So for a very long time. And so me and my cousin were organizing a trip to Germany, because that's where she lives. And I really wanted him to go, and he just had such trepidation of that he wouldn't be able to get back into the country. And this is he has his green card, he has his U.S. citizenship, he can vote. So for this project, we have been very blessed in the sense that we have received 2 residencies. The one currently that we're working on is at the Barnes Art Collective in Maine, and it's been a great week, which is where we are currently, and we have been in this beautiful location of greenery, trees, ocean, and developing this piece and creating this piece. From there, we will have a run in November with HB Studios, and their residency provides us with theater space. So we'll take the show and do a run for audience there. My hope and what I would really love is for this show to tour eventually to other cities and to other colleges and to just really spark discussion. Like, that's the whole reason that I want to create this show and work on this show, is that I feel that if we can open dialogue, that the purpose has been served. I think it's important to tell the story now because I think there's so much fear politically in our political climate right now that's being used and enhanced. So it's just creating this bigger harbor of things that we don't know what can happen, but it's just like a pressure cooker. And so what I'm hoping is just to get people to talk, to humanize both sides, because I think there's fear of immigrants coming into the country, of being able, and like a hopelessness. And I think there's fear of letting immigrants into the country. And it saddens me, and I would love just to humanize and be able to discuss both situations and just create this dialogue.